Ormark Dai Village Tzu Chi's plan activities to celebrate Mother's Day. City volunteers provide daily necessities to homeless people and teach them sign language songs. Welcome to Dai Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In the Philippines, the Tzu Chi at Ormark Dai Village have planned activities to celebrate Mother's Day. They want to surprise their mothers and express their gratitude. Let's take a look at how they're able to touch their mothers' hearts and move them to tears. In front of his house, he has a big surprise for his mother. They play a song for his mother, who's moved to tears.
Son, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for doing your best to raise me. You've given me love and warmth so I can grow up well.
This moving moment is a result of group brainstorming. Ormark Tzu Chis have secretly planned the activity 5 days before Mother's Day. To continue surprising the parents, children feed the parents with food they made.
I did not expect that my son would give me such a surprise. I am moved beyond words.
This granddaughter holds her grandma's hand to her forehead to express her utmost respect.
I am very happy because this is the first time I am celebrating Mother's Day like this. I want to say, Grandma, I love you.
These Tzu Chis and children have expressed their gratitude for their mothers, and this is a memory that will be cherished forever. On Buddha Day, Xingdian City volunteers hosted Buddha Day ceremony at the Jingsi Hall. At the same time, volunteers also live-streamed the ceremony, so everyone can join the event and pray to the Buddha at home or in the office.
A day before the Buddha Day ceremony, Tzu Chi volunteers set up 8 Buddha altars outdoors to present the solemnness of the venue.
We kept safety distance between each of them and placed a tree in between each altar. It's not just beautify of venue, but to prevent the respiratory droplets from transmission.
On the day of the ceremony, Xingdian Jingsi Hall and Hualien Jingsi Boat hosted this event simultaneously, with limited participants allowed to join. Everyone prayed for world peace together.
It's my honor to be able to join the solemn Buddhist ceremony that allows us to pray to the Buddha and cleanse our worries through the Dharma blessings. Sincerity is the most crucial point. We pray for a safe society in Taiwan and in the world.
Other than the Tzu Chi ground, Tzu Chi volunteers Zhang Shufen invited her company employees to join the ceremony together through the internet. The altar in the conference room was set up by a group effort.
We are glad that each of them came to praise the Buddha with something of their own. You can see it in our solemn event today.
The Jingsi drum team member couldn't go to the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall to perform this year. Instead, this member stayed home to join the ceremony with the parents. Xu Muzhe in Dai Kindergarten is praying to the Buddha with his grandmother at home. Wherever and whenever, regardless of the form, as long as you carry a sincere heart, anywhere can be a solemn venue for you to pray to the Buddha.
The new coronavirus is forever changing people's lives. This year, although there aren't large-scale ceremonies to honor the Buddha, there have been many small online ceremonies.
Putting a statue of the Enlightened One in her yard and turning on the tablet, Tzu Chi is hosting a Buddha Day ceremony in her home for her family with fresh flowers, candles, water, and fruit.
It feels good to honor the Buddha today because in the past, as a Tzu Chi volunteer, I have to often help with decorating the venue for the event. And when my family comes to join the ceremony, I'm unable to be with them or take care of them. Today felt nice to honor the Buddha right alongside them. It's a different feeling doing this at home, but still the same Dharma joy.
It's easier to get to and smoother, it seems like. Otherwise, we head out. It's not our own place. My legs are weak, so sometimes it's difficult to walk without falling. I'm most afraid of falling.
Not only showing gratitude to the Buddha, the daughters repay the mother for her upbringing. Meanwhile, this community resident was happy to receive a call from Tzu Chi to participate in the online Buddha Day ceremony at home.
I want to thank the volunteers for helping us to experience what Tzu Chi is all about. Otherwise, I didn't understand. After experiencing it for myself, I can comprehend more when it is being played on Dai TV. I'm glad the sisters called us to give us a chance to participate in the online Buddha Day ceremony. It's my first time doing this.
This family keeps to a vegetarian diet to garner blessings for themselves as well as the rest of the world.
Tzu of Singapore are learning how to make vegetarian food during their quarantine time at home. They also made videos of their recipe to share it with others. Many have found by cooking themselves, they've discovered the benefits of vegetarian food and have also increased family time.
Following along to the video and being able to cook something delicious for themselves in 30 minutes, this is one of the activities of the monthly Tzu Chi lessons. The teacher in the video is none other than a Tzu Chi. During this pandemic, Tzu Chis and their parents are teaming up to make vegetarian food and making a video to share their recipe with others online in an effort to attract more people to vegetarianism.
In March, we cooked by ourselves, and then we began promoting it to the footage in April, which became our vegetarian campaign. In our survey of the day's lesson, over 80 Tzu Chis responded they wanted to adopt a vegetarian diet and understood the benefits of the vegetarianism.
During the cooking process, they not only learn more about vegetarianism, but it has also become a parent and child bonding experience.
Today I chose to make souffle pancake. It's something I want to try to make, so I asked my dad to participate. In these few months of being vegetarian, I have felt happier than before because vegetarianism is healthy for me and also protects the environment and the animals. I was thinking I didn't want her to fail since it's her first time cooking, because if she didn't do well, she might not have the confidence to do it again next time. So I was by her side telling her, reminding her, explaining why it wasn't enough and such. It felt good to interact together. I think there should be more activities like this.
I think I should try to convince my family a little bit more. Even if they make meat dishes, I will just not eat the dish and stick to the veggie ones. I think that's how I will start.
Learning how to cook to discover the joy of vegetarian food, they have come to realize vegetarian dishes can be healthy, delicious, as well as protecting life.
In the capital of Zimbabwe, because of the epidemic prevention order, city volunteers worry that vulnerable families cannot go out to work and may face food shortage. Therefore, city volunteers deliver food packages from house to house. This is the pot I usually cook with, but it's not enough, so I use one more pot to cook.
Why did Barbara cook rice in a big pot? That's because she has to take care of her 3 biological children and also caring for 13 orphans.
May God bless you, good people, for remembering us in such difficult epidemic period. At least my children will have rice to eat tomorrow morning.
In another household, the single mother single-handedly supports the family.
I was able to work part-time before. Although people pay me little or nothing, I still get food. But due to the epidemic, we couldn't even afford food.
Following the academic prevention order, Zimbabwe Tzu Chi volunteers deliver food packages to their doorstep. The helpless mother who was aided love in tears.
To my surprise, I didn't know what brother Chuanesu.
I was so surprised to see this big bag of food. Tzu Chi never forgot us. I hope other people can get your help. I'm so moved that I don't know what to say. I'm overwhelmed with joy.
In addition to delivering food, volunteers also brought 2 Jinsi folding beds to the other household the next day. The children are sleeping on the bed for the first time.
I would like to thank Tzu Chi for delivering food and folding beds. In the morning, my daughter Kelly wrote her own song and sang so happily. I want to hug Uncle Zhu.
Volunteers also care for the homeless friends beside the trees. Because of the sense of mission and motivation of volunteers, love and care are everywhere in Zimbabwe.
In Malaysia, due to movement restriction order, homeless people are staying at a building temporarily. Tzu Chi is helping the government to provide daily necessities. To instill positive values, the volunteers encourage the homeless people to clean up the surrounding environment. Every morning, the homeless people staying in this building clean the surrounding environment. It is because of a Tzu Chi volunteer who has been helping these homeless individuals.
We encourage and counsel the homeless to wash and clean the place themselves, to make this place as if it's their own home, to provide positive value in their life, give them a sense of belonging, and to also to live in harmony.
Compared to the streets, life here is better. Tzu Chi brother has helped us a lot. There's food, daily supplies, and place to sleep. It is very good. Brother will find what we need and give them to us. Other people allowed us to sleep here. We must keep it clean. There's everything here. We must do something or they might think we are lazy. Doing some work is also good for our bodies.
In the afternoon, the homeless people gather to learn sign language songs. After much practice, they become good at gesturing sign language, and they also understand the meaning of the lyrics.
I never thought that I could have such ability. I've never learned these before. But today I'm able to stand at the forefront and teach other people about sign language. I will not forget this experience.
Tzu Chi volunteer Ku Bu Liang also celebrates the homeless friends' birthdays.
By celebrating birthdays for them and also to perform Kita Satu Keluarga, which is a very meaningful song, and we want them to carry with them in their hearts that wherever they go, whatever they do, 我们是一家人. We can see positive changes in them, the way they are happier, they are more relaxed now, and they are able to live together. They are living in harmony. They find that their life has more meaning now than they were before when they come in.
Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital Infection Control Center nurse Zeng Yaqing used to be in charge of long-term care. Then 6 years ago, she transferred to be a nurse in charge of infection control. Due to COVID-19 epidemic, her workload has tripled. Despite the hard work, she still does her job calmly and mindfully.
我刚才有传真那个解革的申请书，我昨天下班前 key 了3支， 他的报告有关系到环境清洁。
Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital Infection Control Center's nurse Zeng Yaqing keeps answering phone calls that she does not even have time to take a sip of water.
I keep answering phone calls. The Sanitation Bureau will transfer cases that need long-distance consultation or patients whose specimen needs to be taken.
Infection Control Center usually safeguards the hospital from infectious diseases. Zhen is in charge of preventing infectious diseases and communication. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, there has been more suspected cases and therefore she's facing more pressure.
To prevent the spread of infectious disease, we need to take many preventative measures. It's really a race against time.
Whether it's to check epidemic prevention supplies, confirming the traffic flow of the hospital wards, or organizing the patient specimen, Zhen mindfully does everything within her work responsibilities.
We need to pay attention to our colleagues' health. They can get infected from the patients they take care of, so we must provide them with safe protection, allowing them to work with peace of mind.
As the epidemic has occurred suddenly, inevitably there are words of complaint. Facing these unpleasant words, Zhen is calm.
When I drive, take a shower, or sleep, different units will call me and ask me questions. So I start to think about the process and maybe even different equipment which can help them. Then I speak in words that they can understand for them to bring answers back to their unit.
As COVID-19 epidemic seems to be under control in Taiwan, under the mask, Zhen has finally smiled after several months. But she has not let down her guards.
We can see that internationally the pandemic is still dire. In fact, we are also very worried that when we lift the restrictions, patients who have hidden symptoms will begin to show up.
Despite the hard work, Zhen is firm in her resolve to protect her colleagues and patients from being infected with the disease. COVID-19 pandemic continues to threaten the livelihood of many impoverished families in Paraguay. City volunteers deliver food and medical supplies to give timely support.
Underground volunteers use the tree branches to light a fire and cook. This pile of bean is to be distributed to 350 people. Paraguay City volunteers offer cooking ingredients for the fourth time because the hot meal stations were all facing food shortage.
Actually, we don't have any food and wouldn't able to cook for 2 weeks. Now we can continue to cook, and we truly appreciate the timely help. Life is very difficult now because most residents live on daily incomes, and they only have money when they go out to work. So most of them here are impoverished.
Every meal station has many compassionate people joining to help, including chefs, community mothers, and church staff to seek assistance with local residents.
When we called to seek help from Tzu Chi Foundation, you were very kind. The day after I called, you came to check the church's situation and management. Now that we receive your supplies, it's very useful to our community. On behalf of my community, I want to give 1,000 thank you to Tzu Chi.
I represent St. Peter's Church to thank you for giving us such an important donation. I hope God can bless you to continue doing this meaningful act, especially for children and impoverished people. Thank you very much and God bless you.
The local residents who lost their jobs were facing a food crisis, and Tzu Chi has raised compassion to deliver fruits and vegetables to them. In addition, volunteers also deliver 4 head thermometers to 12 community medical stations.
Since the outbreak of COVID-19, the Tzu Chi Dallas chapter has continued to care for various groups. Recently, protective materials such as medical masks have been sent to the office. While volunteers deliver some of the items, other people also come to pick it up.
The Tzu Chi Dallas chapter takes a drive-through approach to give masks and blessings and to understand the suffering of the people.
I get certificate. I get certificate.
A while ago, we had bought some masks online, but the order was canceled. We won't be buying them online anymore. Then a friend said we can come over to get some, so here we are. Thank you very much.
Okay. The principal of Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy and doctors from some medical associations also come to the chapter to collect the masks in person to pass on to their colleagues. Due to the epidemic, people are restricted from going out, but the police must stick to their post and maintain public order. Tzu Chi volunteers visit the Dallas County Sheriff Department with masks and Jinsi aphorisms to encourage them.
And want to know if we need any masks and things like this.
But yeah, we appreciate any contributions and donations and stuff, so it's excellent. Thank you.
The next visit was at the Cedar Hill Government Center, where staff was preparing for the graduation ceremonies of various schools.
I just thought it was extremely perfect timing due to the fact that we're changing our graduation plans and all of those things. So this was such a great honor to be able to receive 9,600 masks.
Oh, wow, this is so great.
Masks are currently the most precious gifts. Attached blessing later in Chinese and English from Tzu Chi serves as spiritual support during the academic profession.
TMA doctors in the U.S. host monthly free clinics in remote villages, but the free clinics were interrupted due to the pandemic. Worried that many patients with chronic diseases will not be able to get their medicines, volunteers send the medications to patients in need.
一些病人其实他每次来看病的时候，主要是来拿药，不是说要在复检。觉得说我们可以就说打电话问他们说他们需不需要继续拿药，那这样的话我们就直接可以寄过去给他们，这样也安全。
Buenos días, señora. Estoy hablando de la oficina de la Brigada Medical de Bakersfield. ¿Cómo estás usted?
The epidemic has stopped the free clinic, but TMA doctors still care for patients in remote villages.
Some volunteers phoned and checked with patients who needed medicines and organized a roster. There were about 50 packs for patients in Bakersfield. They got more patients there.
After confirming the name and address, volunteers began the packing process. There were not only medications, but also antivirus supplies.
We gave them extra ones, so if a family receives 15 of them, they can use it for half a month.
More importantly, they offer nourishment for the heart.
Along with master's letter, we also put a letter from our CEO to the patients. Also, we gave them the red envelope of wisdom and blessings to wish them a good health. There's also a charm.
This epidemic can stop the doctors from caring about their patients even from afar.
TMA members from Central Taiwan hosted a free clinic in Miaoli. Besides free clinic, they also provided free haircuts and music performances. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.